Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 3 of season 2 of Andor. This is the end of our first act. Cassian's finally been able to get away from this group that's had him just kind of tied up for the last 2 episodes. Now he's got the ship, he's off. Everybody else is dealing with their different stuff that's going on here. We got an audit going on that Bix and Brasso are trying to get around, and then, you know, Luthen and all them are at the wedding, and also there's the problem with Tay. There's a lot of strings that seem to be unraveling from the fabric they're trying to get put together here, and it's not looking too great just at the moment, but I'm excited to get into this all the same and see where this little arc comes to a close and how that sets us up for what is around the corner for next week. But let's get ready to jump in. If you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're on Meero's channel, get you access as well. It is a watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get a suggested vote on what movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel. It helps do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. Please leave a like. Drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. That all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 3. Here we go. Don't mind me, just casually drifting in space. Oh, that's what he took. He took their communications device. Oh! I was about to say, he barely knew how to drive this thing to begin with. Who's to say tinkering around with the wiring isn't going to have some ill effects? Then again, you're not left with a lot of options in this situation right now.
Sorry, I tried to get here earlier, but
there's a lot going on.
I got the call from 600 this morning. I wish I had better news. We're next on the inspection schedule.
Of course.
Are they checking visas?
It's random. They found a group hiding last night in 600. Sometimes they walk right by. It's a big risk.
It's just a big old gamble.
Sorry about his Caleen. You've been a savior.
Please, you know Cassian's friend, the big boss. If you do and don't want to say so, that's fine. But someone needs to tell him what's going on here.
It's going on everywhere.
Yeah, it's...
Why can't they just leave us in peace?
Keep your head down.
Little kid playing with a walker puppet.
My mother was drunk when I got married. I was so angry I don't think I ever forgave her. But I could never understand why she'd done it until just now.
What are you doing?
I need to tell you what my mother never told me. Nothing on the other side of that door matters. We can walk out there right now. Tell them all to have a lovely afternoon. But that it's not yet time for a marriage. And it will be remembered as an act of great bravery. I promise you.
She doesn't actually want to go through with this.
You do not have to go through with this.
I wish you were drunk.
There's no win in there. No matter which direction you took, there would have been some different kind of aversion. It's also coming from a place of guilt, which she's not being completely honest about.
You're to stand behind me.
So you can't see me cry. She'll understand when her time comes, though. Mon's got a whole other thing invested in all this as well that's a little different. God, I love this shit, man.
Tanema na Kefra.
Tabayama ke dronodama.
He stabs her. And I assume it's done. Reminded me of cutting the Jedi braid, though obviously different spot. Very Vaderish. I swear if it's to meet his mother, that would be hilarious. That also explained why he was more than willing to put it off. Woo! Called it. This is so unexpected, man.
You look nothing like what I expected.
Hey, is that good?
Don't you wonder what I thought you'd look like?
I'm afraid to ask.
Do you have spiced tea?
Since when are you drinking spiced tea? Well, we don't have spiced tea. They're still open downstairs.
Syril, please no.
There's a shop in the arcade.
No, please. I did not come all this way to see Syril disappear again. Show me your wonderful home.
Parents, am I right? Hey, finally something.
Coruscant forecast 2665, clearing open signal. Please identify and repeat.
I need a weather report.
It's just me. I'm calling you from the freighter.
Let's start over. What's your location?
I have no fucking clue.
I can't fly the ship.
Ship? The drop is compromised. I've been upside down for 2 days.
Find me someplace safe. I need to go home.
Don't do that.
Come again?
It's very crowded there right now.
What does that mean?
Exactly what it sounds like.
You won't get through. There's a frequency blockade.
What's going on there?
I don't know, which is why I'm telling you to keep the signal open.
Oh no. What if he just goes straight there? Oh fuck, I think he's going straight there. I mean, hell, that's what I'd do. If I heard that news and it was uncertain, that'd probably be the move I made.
It never ends. Cyril's imagination that always fascinated me.
What the fuck is that?
A young, delicate boy with only a mother's love and determination. If not for the charity of his Uncle Harrow, I can't imagine where we'd be.
Cyril's shared the story with me.
Can I say how pleasing it is to hear he's found someone with whom he can actually communicate? He's embarrassed.
About what?
My parents were criminals. They were arrested when I was 3. I was raised in an Imperial kinderblock.
God damn.
We had everything we needed.
That's a mother's love.
We didn't know what we were missing.
Please welcome the freshly unbraided and forever united.
It's an awkward ass situation they found themselves in. But that explains so much about her, though. Well, the deed is done.
Where's the other armor books?
Blanket crate. B sees you doing things in a panic.
He's off with Talia and his buddy.
I imagine he's gonna come here and they're gonna have a very hasty, explosive escape.
I told Syril when he insisted on playing it police work, the benefits of life here would become clear by contrast.
What are you saying? That I came home for the cakes?
Well, less said about that, the better.
Well, this is gonna stir up, isn't it?
Main thing is we're all here together now.
Yeah. Be right back.
You'll toughen him up.
I have a different plan in mind. But when I say the word plan, that makes it sound optional, which is not the impression you should be taking away. This game ends now. You want Syril in your life, you will think before you speak. I'll make sure he visits twice a month. I will guarantee a level of engagement, but it will be inversely proportional to the volume of anxiety you generate in our lives.
Quite a mouthful.
God damn. Oh.
You can spare me the Uncle Harlow testimonial. I've had a look at his ISB criminal files, and that is not a story you want to be advertising.
God damn. God, he vacates for a minute and she threatens the fuck out of his mom.
was just telling me how well you're doing here.
Wow, sounds like that tune's changed.
That's interesting.
Perhaps some more cakes?
Oh my god.
It's a temple figure, one of 12, that was stolen 25,000 years ago when Chandrila was sacked by Rakatan invaders. May it bind you to the land and each other.
Kind of looks like an owl.
I'm afraid it's my first.
I thought you were a local boy.
Not really. Well, my father's Chandrila. I was born in Naboo.
Unfortunate.
Well, we weren't really welcome anywhere for a while. We bounced around until she passed away, and then Mon stepped in.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
That's not a good sign. Or was that completely intentional? Wasn't sure if he was drunk as shit again.
Every time you're with him, is that a regular occurrence?
Hope so. He could be very helpful to me right now, but we'll discuss all this on Coruscant next week.
Because of his dipping finances, he's gotten closer and closer to this dude.
It's good timing. Listen, I came by now. I have to leave a little early.
I wonder.
Keep abusing your good spirits.
What is he up to?
Sovereignty.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He purposefully bumped into them. Something's sketchy here. Luthen may need to remove him. Feels so not at ease at the moment. I feel like something's going to disrupt all of this. Okay. Okay. I was like, maybe he slapped a bomb on somebody when he bumped into those people or something. Maybe I don't know, man. There's
You'll be right here, won't you? You'll be up on the hill with Talia. She knows all your friends and how to make sure you rest when you need to.
We'll have so much fun, we'll forget all about them.
That's the last thing he wants to do. That's so sad. What about Cassian? How will he find us?
Where's Will?
I thought he was with you.
Oh no, he's probably seeing his date. Yep.
Is that a blaster?
Lovely. Good job, bud.
Get inside. I won't tell you again.
Oh god. Without a speeder, he's just gotta book it. Oh no. What if he hits the outpost, but because, he might pass him, and then they just...
You told me you'd stay away from Skolden. I warned you from the start.
I just can't believe it. I've known him my whole life.
People fail. That's our curse. What would have happened if I wasn't here?
Yeah.
Would you have told me? You know the number. We'd be vulnerable forever. You need to be protected.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
We're gonna have to kill Tay. That's what he's saying.
How nice for you.
Oh, protecting her innocence like that, because he knows exactly what he's saying, but she's like, I think she maybe she knows, but she's, I don't know. What the hell? A literal disco ball! Dude, I'm stressing out. Well, Cassian's here.
Come down.
I'm so worried something's just gonna blow up.
Cass.
Shit.
Hello. Where is everybody?
Oh my god, and of course it's this guy again.
Looks like you're packing up.
There was an emergency repair in the 800.
That's a long way to go. There's no one closer.
It's harvest. Everyone's busy.
Yeah, that definitely raised some suspicions. She's also alone right now, man. This guy is a creep.
I got one.
Okay, now she is getting drunk, man. And she is pounding them back. Oh, I do not like where this seems to be going.
I know you're illegal. We've been counting visas. It's a tough spot for everyone.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Rules are clear, but the situation requires nuance. It all ends up on me.
What are you willing to do to stay? I think that's where this is going to go.
Can be easy.
It's stressful.
I think she's picking that up.
I'm always looking for ways to relax.
Oh, my God.
My shoulders get sore. All that hard work. You must have strong hands.
Cassian! Man, he's learning quick with this thing.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't tell him. I'm gonna kill you.
On him! Hold him! You betraying bastard!
Use us up. Turn us in. You'll pay for this.
Oh, I see. Okay. He's saving him. He's taking blame away from him.
You want to think this through?
Please don't. Please.
Because if he starts throwing those accusations around like that, it keeps them at least from getting him in trouble. The guy that's been helping them this entire time. Oh, god damn, get it. Well, she got him good. Meanwhile, Mothma's just over here fucking vibing. God, the contrast. Oh. Oh my God. Holy shit, dude. I can't believe Disney let them do this. In Star Wars, at least. Marvel's become a little bit of a different animal. Dude, I hope something fucked up happens to this dude. Oh! Dude, maybe she's got this all on her own. Bash his skull in. Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck was that? Oh, he is barely standing.
Unit 2. Unit 2. We have a problem out here.
Uh-oh.
Trouble on site.
Oh no. Okay, he's still standing. Oh! Ooh! I felt that! Ah! That was gnarly.
Hey, you fight for the bridge. Let's go.
Too bad he didn't have a blaster on him. Or at least it didn't seem like he did. That'd be very useful right now. We know Will does, but I don't know about anybody else.
You've got 5 5 seconds to show your face before I turn the cannon on that shack.
Well, you're not anywhere near the truck.
He tried to me.
Oh my God, we heard the words in Star Wars. Oh, let's go, Will! Oh, she did have one. Damn. They really did. Like, I know Tony Gilroy said after the success and the praise season 1 got, Disney backed off. That's, I mean, from what he said in interviews and stuff like that, they're like, do whatever you want. And yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Oh, hey. Oh, you are so dead. This is Luthen taking care of it. It's Cinta. Ooh. Wow, dude. Oh, look who's here. Oh, he's just gonna start blasting. Brasso, this may not have been a good time to try to book it. Yo, dude, it's just like the games. The targeting there. Oop. Buried under the grain. Oh no. We did have that slow down shot of that one trooper where it really fixated on him taking his aim, but then we cut away, probably because he actually landed his shot right in the back.
Hey, Brasso.
Wow. I'm gonna have to leave him.
We need to go.
We need Brasso.
You know, that's so indicative of like the people that operate above everything. All this stuff is going on, financing the war, financing the espionage. This is what's happening here while people are out there dying. And all the lives that are lost while this is going on too is what we're highlighting. I thought we were going to lose that kid, man. I did not think we were going to lose Brasso. Let's be real, like with where we meet Cassian in Rogue One, I kind of wouldn't be shocked if he either pushes everybody away or everybody dies before this is over. Oh, look at that rage. God damn it, dude. Fuck, dude. That was like hitting me on waves throughout all of that, man. I don't think the Brasso thing really sunk in until he had to tell Bix that they're, you know, we have to go, you know, and then all of that. Holy shit. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. The way they highlighted what was going on. Like her and Luthen, like Luthen works in the shadows, pulling the strings, setting up these operations. Luthen will get his hands dirty. Meanwhile, Mothma, at least right now, until she becomes basically the face of the rebellion after a point, is just kind of dipping her toes into the waters right now. So much so that she's kind of ignorant to what even Luthen's talking about, or at least maybe willfully ignorant, because there's no way you can't like not catch the subtext and what he's saying. Seeing that you know, the danger she's inviting. She thought she could trust Tay, but then things happen in his neck of the woods, in his life, that start to complicate things, and he starts getting closer to this Davros guy, and then, you know, you said you wouldn't do that, but then his business started failing because their rebellious operations are impeding his investments, where he gets his money from, and then his dedication to that and his being distracted by everything else causes his marriage to fall apart, probably among other things, but like that's the kind of the implication. And then how that spirals out of control and starts to bleed back on them and then affect the cause. And now she's just like, she's offered up her daughter, she's offered up all this, that, and all the other. And now she's just like, she's just drowning in this. Like going back to like when she's trying to like backpedal, because now that she's handing her daughter over to somebody else, into somebody else's care, there's that fear of putting them out into the world like that, letting them go, and especially knowing the hand that she had in this whole arrangement as well, because this was like a backdoor deal was setting her up with this kid. There's the guilt of that and the connection she has from her own experience, and then just no matter how you look at that, from her perspective, the daughter's perspective, there's no right way to deliver that information, where she's like, I wish you were drunk. And then by the end of it, because of all of this, and I think the realization that Luthen is going to have to step in and intervene to kind of clean this mess up. And she's just like, fuck it, hammering back drinks. You know what? If you wish I was drunk, I'm going to be. So she's just drowning herself in all this, vibing so hard, just trying to escape just the darkness that playing this game invites into your life. It also just kind of shows like the gap in the involvement. You know, sure, their game is dangerous. Sure, they can invite death and stuff their way, but it's not as fraught as what Cassian's got himself into, or the people hiding from the Empire that are the pawns on the chessboard being played by these people. Like Luthen is the guy moving the pieces, right? Cassian is one of his pieces. And then you have the web that spans out from him as well, and that just happens to fall on Mon Mothma. You have society up here just vibing, bouncing, having a good old time. And even though the darkness starts to set in, the fear, the doubt, the mistrust and all this stuff, and she can just drown it out from where she's at. Sure, danger's around the corner, sure, but right now she's not going to worry about that. People down there on the dirt, the people that are on the board fighting the fight, they don't have that luxury. And I love that they're shining such a bright light on that contrast between the two different sides of the war. What happens at the upper level and what happens on the ground level. And, you know, seeing, again, I talked about it during the reaction as well, like the way that they are really kind of diving into some heavy ass themes here, man. Well, some of this is kind of relevant to today, not even kind of, like extremely relevant to what's going on in the world at the moment. This whole thing with Bix and this officer coming in, you know, hey, I know you're not here legally, but I'm the guy in charge. What are you willing to do to stay here? And then he keeps pressing and pressing and pressing. Oh, your husband's not here. What's he going to do? Blah, 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 blah. Taking advantage of the helpless of the situation. But he just picked the wrong fight. And she clocked his ass. But that was brutal. That was raw. And she straight up called it what it was when the guy came in and was like, hey, dude, your boss tried to me. Like, that is something I would never have expected. For all the goofy shit we got in the last 2 episodes, I can forgive that all for like just getting Star Wars to dive deeper into some shit like that. Showing that they're brave enough to take this in a direction, even like with season 1, like, but even further. And what I really like about this show, because unlike the saga films, it's diving into the reality of the war, like from the, like I said before, like this political, what do you want to call it, propaganda machine, this cabal of people trying to back and empower and enhance their forces through the Emperor's plan, through this destabilization of a government to just get their resources. You know, all the behind the scenes work, getting to sit in on the conversation about that, and then diving into like the fallout of the everyman, like the fallout on Ferrix, like the average person, like what happens when these regimes start to gain power, start to clench their fist. How does that affect people, refugees trying to get away, and how, and especially today with everything that's been going on in the world, it's even more relevant. Like I mentioned before, some people might say that that doesn't fit in with Star Wars, but you know, like Lucas said himself, the saga films, his recounting of all of this is a tale a tale that is being told. And that's why we have the opening crawls. They are this story that's being recounted of a history and the heroes that led it to be. And much like our own history, if we want to compare it to like textbooks, you're only going to see the names of certain major players. You're like, oh, George Washington led America to the victory and blah, 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 blah. You only really hear about the figureheads, your Luke Skywalkers, your Mon Mothmas, and so on and so forth, Han Solo, Leia, all those people. But so many people died, so many people, just to get the intel for some of these people to even enact some of their plans, had to go through some like horrendous acts that either they had to endure or inflict to get that information. Like, this is showing what actually happens on the ground level of this type of war, this fascist regime that has come in and clenched his fist around an entire people, and how that people try to get around that, where we have these refugees, these people trying to flee, trying to hide this persecution, and trying to fight back, and then the people that are part of it and how they can just enact these heinous things upon the helpless with impunity, because what punishment is going to come down on them? This guy has this authority that he feels, and this situation, this framing in which he feels untouchable. Thankfully, though, that wasn't the case, and Bix was able to get out of this situation. But this is a very real thing. And I know, again, like I said, people are afraid to have that conversation, and it might get a little too real. But again, this is kind of the sole purpose of this show, even from the jump. I love my pulpy Star Wars. I do. But that's not what I go into this for. You know, is that this is like Tony Gilroy coming in to talk about what it's like to go up against and how it even operates a fascist machine. And I'm glad that Star Wars, of all things, is highlighting this right now, because it's always been about fighting back against an oppressive, overwhelming power that tries to stifle and drown out and mute a population. I love that they are taking a stance and actually including all these different avenues of this, especially right now, so we can know what to look for. But because of that, because we're seeing such a wide array of all these different things, you know, I saw a tweet that kind of reframed my position. I still think it's goofy, but reframed my position a little bit on the soldiers from the previous episode, because I saw someone tweet between recording sessions or whatever that they are kind of indicative of the state of the rebellion right now. Because I guess I misheard. They are actually rebels, which is why Luthen and them were kind of backing them. You know, they are currently the state of the rebellion at the moment, and that's what it's meant to highlight. You have your Mon Mothmas, you have your Luthens, you have his agents like Cassian, Cinta, and so on that are kind of competent. They're the ones trying to formulate this resistance, trying to stir things up, trying to get things going. And of course, the people that are going to fight, you know, they might not have all the skills that you need or want, but they got the will. But then once you kind of remove the person that's holding them together, because their leader died and we saw them all just start to turn on each other, that's where the rebellion's at right now. It's a contrast of where it is currently, what they are currently working with, and how they're trying to fan that flame eventually to build it into the rebellion we come to know once Luke, Han, Leia, all them enter the scene. We're seeing it at its barest of bones beginnings. I've softened on that a little bit. Again, very tonally dissonant with everything going on, but showing their incompetence and how unstable they are is a great way in hindsight to reflect the state of rebellion right now and how that turns into the force that will eventually push back against and defeat this empire. But then we lost Brasso in this fight, showing like that the people who are falling prey to these decisions that are being made, that the evils that are going on in the world, that don't have the protections of their high society life, or that their, you know, high houses give them, that these political positions also allot them as well. Still though, you know, another person that's come at the cost of that at this game that's being played is Tay, as Luthen had to intervene and he called in Cinta, and she's driving him off, and I doubt we are going to see him again. This is the end of our first 3-episode arc. We're going to get a time skip, and we're going to catch up with everybody later, and I will be shocked if we see that man's face again. Meanwhile, Syril and fucking Dedra are in a whole ass relationship. You know, his mother came over to finally meet her. She did what she's done every other time we've seen those two interact and just berated him, picked and prodded and poked and made fun of him and talked down to him, belittled him, and he couldn't take it anymore. And once he goes out of that room, Dedra stepped in and put on the fucking, and just laid down the law. I'm ISB, I've interrogated people. This mom isn't gonna come in here and ruin my day. That's my man. This is my house. You are not talking to him like that. Like full on Dommy mommy mode activated, and she laid down the law. So when he finally collected himself, came back in, his mother's tune 180'd. Holy shit. That was wild too. Like we're really stepping into some rich, really interesting bounds so far, right out of the gate. And now Cassian had to come in here. Obviously, we don't know what that's going to do too, because he didn't go where they needed him to go because the freighter wasn't there because their pilot was gone. So that whole plan went to shit. So against their own orders, judgment, protocols, he just took it where he needed to go. He took it straight to Meero to get Bix and everybody else, picked them up, and now they're all together here. And now they just got to vacate from this point forward, just on the run again. But I do like that, at least before Brasso went down, this guy that was helping them so much the entire time, when it came down to it, when they were all kind of caught in the same vicinity, he threw out those accusations. You betrayed us. You sold us out. How dare you? Blah, blah, I'll kill you. All that kind of stuff to save him so that the Imperials wouldn't, you know, hound him or question him or go after him and his family. Powerhouse move on his part. So before he went out, he at least saved the people that were trying to help them. A real hero to the end, dude. I'm sad we lost Brasso, but you know, BMO, he's with a new caretaker at the moment. I don't know if we got to pick him up, or is Cassian going to leave him here? I don't know. But this was a really well done episode that did a really good job navigating the complexity of operating this war, and then what kind of toll that takes on the people fighting it, the people orchestrating it, and the people just trying to get through it. So it just goes to show like the way that this puts so many people in danger, and then the way that that danger is creeping into Mothma's life in a way that I think she didn't quite anticipate when she kind of took this on. And I can't wait to see that evolve over the course of these last couple episodes, man, this last season, and where that gets us to where she's just fully involved, leading people at the battle stations, and she's no longer at a distance, and she's in there. I'm wondering what gets her there, what gets her to that point to where she's at a rebel base, at a rebel ship. And yet again, we got the Rakatans mentioned again in this episode. I love the lore and the world building, especially of Chandrila, of these icons, this statue that's brought in, all these different traditions. And I also love that once they got through the traditional dance of it all, with the like slow, melodic, kind of ethereal music, with the bride and groom dance that they had there, and the moment all of the pleasantries and all the traditions were done, they brought out the disco ball and just started EDMing and just like fucking vibing, and just by that point, because of everything that's been going on, dude, like Mothma was just gone. Anyway, I'm kind of excited. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just kind of stumbling over my words at the moment. I'm just still kind of in shock and awe with some of the shit we witnessed in this episode. And yeah, it makes me wonder, this is just the first act. Like what are the next three going to encompass? What's going to happen? I don't know. We know it gets to a point where, I mean, when we first meet Cassian in Rogue One, he has no problem popping somebody off from the back whenever they just helped him willy-nilly. Like, he just gets to that point. What are we going to lose more people? What's going to happen? Are we going to have to compromise our souls even further? Like Luthen said, I'm burning myself for, or whatever his words was, where he was like, I'm burning my life for a sunset I'll never see. All these people just wading through the muck, doing anything and everything for everybody else, the sacrifice that it takes to rebel, to push back, to fight the fight. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, that's all I got. I gotta cut myself off. What'd you guys think? How do you feel? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Many share it. Your course, God, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crocker, Watchtower, Domi, Gregory Toner, and Lily Chan Sun. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.